Hello Year 9, this is the intermediate level NAPLAN revision for algebra. This question is very similar to the question in the standard level, but this time our value for k is a negative number, -5, and what we're doing is finding the value of 4k. So 4k could equally be written as 4 times k. So now when we substitute k for -5, 4 multiplied by a negative number will be a negative number. So 4 times 5 is -20. So we'll just highlight C for -20. In this question, we are shown an expression with 3 terms. One of them is with a variable x, and then there's another term which is just a constant 5, and another term with a variable x, 2x. Let's just pretend that x is a xerus, a little rodent from South Africa that uses its fluffy tail to shade itself from the savanna African sun. So let's just pretend we've got 3 xeruses, and now let's add 5 to it. And now let's add another 2 xeruses. Well, this expression can be simplified by putting all the xeruses together, and we'll have 5 xeruses. Plus we have to add that constant 5 on its own here. So you can see that this is equivalent to 5x plus 5, which is A. Matches are used to make this pattern of triangles. In this pattern, the rule for the number of matches is, and you're to select which rule is the one that will describe the pattern for these triangles. You might want to count up every single match for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triangles, but it'll be okay if you just choose maybe 3 triangles. It'll be easier to work with. Now I'll just count the number of matches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 matches for 3 triangles. So we're looking for a pattern which will give us 7 matches. So if we start with the very first one and say 2 times the number of triangles, we've chosen 3 triangles, so 2 times 3 is 6. That does not give us 7 matches. Let's go to B. 3 times 3 triangles is 9. That's too many. Let's go to C. 2 times 3 triangles, that'll be 6. If we add 1, we get 7, the required number. Let's just check the last one. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 take away 1 is 8. So none of them are any good. The only one that will give us 7 matches is C. Now I've chosen 3 triangles. You may have wanted to choose 4 triangles or 5 triangles or the 7 triangles as there are here. But 3 triangles was enough for me to find out what the pattern was. What is the number 2 less than x? Well, x is just a variable. It may mean anything. It's just a letter. If you want a number which is going to be 2 less, then you're going to subtract 2 from x. And if we subtract 2 from x, we need to write take away 2. Or you can say take 2 away, or -2. And so it's obvious that it's just going to be C. We have another pattern with matches. The first pattern has 4 matches. The second pattern has the same 4 matches here, but now it has an additional matches to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's got an extra matches. So we've got 4 plus 8. and that is equal to 12 matches. The third shape has the original 4 matches, and then it has also the 8 matches here that were added on. And now how many more matches are there now? Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are saying that it has 4 matches plus 8 matches plus 12 matches, and that will make it altogether 24 matches. So we had 4 matches, 12 matches, and 24 matches. So what will the fourth one be? The fourth one will consist of 4 plus 8 plus 12, and there's going to be an added number there. What do you think that number will be? What was the difference between 4 and 8? 4. And what was the difference between 8 and 12? 4. So my prediction is that it will be 16. So let's try it out. Let's say that it's going to be 16. So what we want to do is to count everything on the outside. That was the last cube. So let's just count these numbers up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I was right. So that makes it now 40. So what will my fifth shape be? This is my fifth shape. I predict that it will be 4 plus 8 plus 12 plus 16, and now we need to add another number here, which will be extra 4, that's 20. So altogether my fifth number should be 60. The more you do of those patterned problems, the more you'll become better and adept at analyzing them. Now here we have 2 equations. Which value of x satisfies both these equations at the same time? My first x value is -2. And if you are having problems with negative numbers and it's become troublesome for you, you don't have to start with that one because there's only one right answer. So go to another one. Let's start from the end and let's have a look what happens if we inserted x is equal to 8. So if I substitute 8 into x and I write it like this, take away 3, what will I get? 2 times 8 is 16. 16 take away 3 is 13. Now let's do the same thing for the next one. Substitute x in here, 8 into x, and add a 5. And what do we get again? Oh, 8 and 5, 13. That's 13. Oh my gosh. Straight away we got the answer without going through A, B, C. So that's what I mean. Just choose the value that you think you can work with the fastest. So our answer is therefore D. We have 4 expressions here to give us an area of this shape. When you're looking at that shape, you want to split these into 2 areas over here. And I'll split it into by putting a line through here. So one of our areas we'll call A, and you've got another area which is B. Now to calculate the area A, we want A multiplied by B, And to find out what the area of B is, we'll have to multiply C by D. So we have these two areas now, and we will now add them up together. Which of these expressions says A times B plus C times D? And in fact, the very first one gives you the answer straight away. Okay. What's wrong with the others? A times C, there's no way I can multiply A length by C length. In here I've got A times D. Multiplying A times that length is also ridiculous, and A times D again, once again. So none of them are, the others are going to be workable. Which values of x satisfy the inequality 2x minus 3? And the inequality is here shown in less than or equal to 8. Because we need to select all correct answers, there may be more than one, which means that we have to go through every single one to find out whether they satisfy the inequality or not. So we have a left-hand side, and we also have a right-hand side. Let's look at the left-hand side for each case. When x is equal to 0, what's happening to the left-hand side? The left-hand side is equal to 2 times 0 minus 3. And that is 0 minus 3. And the left-hand side is therefore minus 3. Now, since the left-hand side is less than the right-hand side, then this is true. In other words, it satisfies the inequality. Now we'll go to when x is equal to 7. What happens? We get the left-hand side is going to be 2 times 7 minus 3, and that'll be 14 minus 3, which is 11. 11 is not less than 8, so this does not satisfy the inequality. We'll just cross this off. And when x is equal to negative 4, the left-hand side will be equal to 2 times negative 4 minus 3, which is minus 8 minus 3, and that is minus 11. Minus 11 is less than 8, so this inequality is satisfied. Now we can look at when x is 5.5. The left-hand side, therefore, will be 2 times 5.5 minus 3. Now 2 times 5.5 is 11 minus 3, and the answer will be 8. Now that means, according to our inequality, it can be equal to 8 or less than 8. And since this is equal to 8, this also satisfies that inequality, so we can tick it. And altogether, we've got A minus 4C, and the last one, we've satisfied the inequalities. These are the correct answers.